Mm. Okay. Hi guys. How are you? Welcome. I decided I'm going to have lunch with you. So if you're one of those people that don't like people who talk and eat, shoo shoo, fly away. But I'm having some chicken taquitos with some nacho sauce. Mmm. So good. I can't even tell you. Just so good. Um, I'm just kind of in the mood today to chat about anything. Having some soda too. Grapefruit soda. I love it. I don't know if you guys have it where you are, but they're Jarritos sodas. Jarritos. They have different flavors, and I like them because they're made with sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. Not that sugar is the greatest for you, but better than high fructose corn syrup. But I love it. So it's Friday, I treat myself, and they are so good. I love them. But guys, I'm just kind of in the mood to talk about anything that's on my mind today. Just kind of some girl chat, chit chat. So what are y'all thinking about this alien sighting in Miami? I don't know about you guys, but that one's got me kind of confused. My daughter and I were discussing this last night. We were texting. It's hard to believe anything anymore, isn't it, guys? With CGI, with the ability to do so much now with any kind of recording, video recording, it's hard to know what to believe. There are people who, they seem very sincere in what they saw. And then again, everybody wonders, are they paid to do this? Are they paid actors to do this? It's so nice having lunch with you instead of just my dog staring me to death to give him food. But it's hard to know anything. There was a time when you saw the news, it seemed to be the real news. Now everybody's doing what they can just to get attention or to get clicks or to get whatever views. It's hard to know, but let's say that there really were aliens. Let's say there really are. I tend to believe that we're not the only life. I can't believe in this huge universe we're the only life. What would you guys do if they did land? How would you react? Have you ever thought about how you'd react? If say you're watching TV and all of a sudden a bulletin comes on and it's, I don't know, the White House or wherever, and they're going to introduce the aliens and they're the real thing. What would you do? What do you think most people would do? I think most people would completely panic. Everybody go into crazy mode. I think most people would go into a terrified, crazy mode, not knowing what to do. Because think about it, how scary that would be. We don't know if they're friendly. We don't know if they're here to wipe us out because we're destroying the earth. And there are people who believe they've been here for, or say that they've been here for a long time. Maybe this earth has provided something they need, and we're destroying it. We're completely destroying it. Um, it's hard to say. It's hard to know what's for real anymore. And that's just one of the things that's been on my mind lately. It's like, what if they really are? What if all these sightings that we're seeing all the time? What if they really are aliens up there, and they're trying to prepare us for their coming? The more we see sightings, the more we see things in the sky, this and that, it starts to dull your fear. You know what I mean? In a sense that there was a time if you saw lights in the sky, you'd be like, oh my God. Now it's kind of like, wonder if that's a UFO, right? Starts to desensitize us. Who knows? Who knows if that's what's coming? Who knows if that's what's on the horizon? That maybe they're going to really show themselves. Who knows? But that's one of the things that has really been bothering me, as well as the hatred in this world. Man, guys, I am telling you that really, there is so much hate in this world. Look what they're doing in this war, that's going on with Gaza and Israel and all that. And just around the whole world, there's so much hate. It's like, God, this earth provides us with any and everything we need to survive. Water, food, sunshine. It provides everything we need to survive. And instead of us humans getting along and sharing and putting everything to good use amongst one another, we're destroying it all. We're destroying this earth. We're with pollution. We're destroying it with these wars, the greed, the filthy rich people that are so greedy, they want more and more, to where they're destroying just life, making it impossible for so many people to even just eat, much less anything else. And the disgrace of this country, our country here in the U.S., the disgrace, and I'm sure it happens elsewhere. But I just read an article this morning online about the amount of food our country throws away, just throws away every year. It astounded me how much food is being just thrown away. And yet we have people who are starving. And I know they have all their reasons for lawsuits and this and that, the other thing. And that, I'm sorry, there's just too many excuses for the waste of this country and what they do with everything. And I think about people who are just starving, eating out of dumpsters, And I've watched, I don't know if you've watched some of these dumpster diving videos. They find tons of food that is not expired, not refrigerated to where you might think, oh, maybe their freezers went out. We're talking packaged goods, all kinds of foods that has not even expired, and it's in the trash. It's in the dumpster. I've seen, there's one called Dumpster Diving Mama, I believe it is. Or something like that. Dumpster Diving Mama 2 or Dumpster Diving Mama. Anyway, she finds tons and tons, she and her friend find tons and tons of food that they donate to the local food charities. I mean, they drive to different cities all over the place to find this food to donate. It's a disgrace that our country is this way, guys. I'm just in this mood today where I just want to discuss about things that have just been on my mind during lunch. You know how you do when you're having lunch or dinner with somebody and you talk about everything? Well, much as I love my dogs, they tend to not talk back. So, feel like I'm sharing a lunch or a brunch. It's already after 1, so I'd call this a brunch. Because I have not had breakfast. I wasn't hungry till now. But yeah, there's that whole issue of food waste in this country too, and that upsets me terribly when I see what I see. You know, I just don't get the hatred. I really don't, guys. Hatred and the bigotry and the racism that exists because someone looks different, because they believe different, because they love different. I don't understand it. The hatred that's out there amongst gays or the LGBTQ, I'm not sure what the other letters are, but the hate that's out there for this astounds me. It's like, why would you hate somebody because they don't think exactly like you? I honestly don't get it. I truly, honestly don't get it. No, Lily, no. I was raised in a household where there was no hatred and bigotry and all of that, racism. And so it astounds me that you could even criticize somebody for being different just because they're different. To me, the only thing that matters in a person is, are they a good person? Are they a kind person? Are they a loving person, a generous person? You know, are they just a good person? That's all that matters to me. I don't care what you are. I don't care what your religious belief is. I don't care what your sexual choice is. I don't care about any of that. As long as you're a good person. That's all that matters to me. And it just takes me back to that song by, John Lennon, Imagine. And that song is so true. It's like, imagine what the world could be like if all this hatred and bigotry and racism, you get online and you see people making terrible comments about people because of their race, because of their religion, because of who they love. And it just blows my mind that this is how our world is. It really does, guys. It's one of those things that just bugs me a lot. An awful lot. It's like all of that energy, if it were put into good, imagine what this world would be like. Imagine. When I read about killings or attacks and assaults on people because of their belief system, whatever it is, I'm like, what brings someone to that point? Will I not like someone because they're gay? Of course not. Because they have a different religion? Of course not. Because they're black or white or brown? Of course not. I guess this kind of stuff is just bugging me. Because every human being, regardless of what their belief is, there's good and bad in everything. In every religion. You're going to find good people, you're going to find crazy people. In the gay, straight community, you're going to find good and bad in both. One is not better than the other. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Everything, every whatever, culture, every group, every whatever, there's good and bad. I care about the good. It's like, if you're a good person, that's all that matters to me. And yet, there's so much hate out there to the point of people committing suicide and doing all kinds of, young people and committing suicide from bullying, from just so much, guys. It's just, today's one of those days when that stuff has been up, excuse me, on my mind. And I just kind of wanted to share it with you. you know. Sorry, guys. That just kind of went down the wrong way. And, can't believe that. I was just reading an article today. Jeez, guys, I'm so sorry. I was just reading an article today of these teens that are doing this thing now. They're going up in the middle of the night, a group of teens, and they're banging the crap out of someone's door just to scare the living hell out of them. That's not funny. They could get shot. They could get killed. You know, you hit the wrong house. Bam. Somebody's going to protect their family themselves. And I'm like, what is wrong with people now? What is wrong with everything, everybody, you know? And it just kind of, today's just kind of one of those days where I feel like, why does everything have to be the way it is? And then I think about all this extraterrestrial stuff and... No. Lily, get away from the camera. No. Sorry, guys. No. And I wonder about that. And I sometimes think, what if they do come? And they're not friendly. Are we going to have a chance? You know? And I know people say, oh, you can't worry about things until they happen. We all have thoughts about everything. All of us. We all have thoughts about everything. And I just feel like talking about those thoughts today. Because where I live, I face what's known as the Sandia Mountains here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I got to tell you, I see some things sometimes that I just sit and wonder, what the heck is that? Because I face the mountains. I'm about, let's see, 3 city blocks away from the foothills of the mountains. So I'm very close to the mountains. And sometimes at night, I'll be sitting out there. Straight up from the back of the mountain, comes a light. I'm like, okay. And I'll even call my daughter or text her, a light just shot up from behind the mountain, you know. Because it'll just come right up. Who knows what that is? And it'll just sit there blinking, red, green, and white. Don't know what it is. There's another one I saw just a few nights ago that I was sitting outside on the porch and I happened to look up and I saw this how can I say it, shaped like this, sort of like this, and then flat at the bottom, kind of flat at the bottom, but shaped like that. I saw it go behind the clouds. And I thought, okay, man, am I losing my mind or what? I even took a picture of it. And you know what, I'll show you that tomorrow because I don't want to mess everything up right now. But I will show you the picture I took of, I don't know, looks like a saucer. I mean, it's got this kind of a shape, like that, and then kind of flat at the bottom. And I looked at it and I thought, okay, I know what I just saw. What is that? I don't know, you know, I didn't know what to think. So I just sent a picture to my family and, the thing of it is, we can't trust the government to tell us the truth about all this, obviously. And that thing in Miami, well, that my daughter was saying could be a hologram. The way they were saying it was glitching in and out, what have you. Could be a hologram. Could be. And then you have people who say they saw the actual being. And I personally, I would not believe, I mean, it's weird. I'm like a double-edged sword. It's like a double-edged sword for me. I believe, but I'm doubtful. I don't know how to explain that. I guess the only way I could 100% believe in aliens is if they landed, and I could see that they were of a shape that could not be done through costume. You know what I mean? Would obviously not be a human form in a costume, because with the way Hollywood and everything is now, they can make something look 100% real. So it would have to be something, maybe they had a neck this big, you know, and just something that you could say, that's definitely not a costume. I don't know. But when I saw that up in the sky, I thought, okay, that is not a plane. Planes are shaped like that. It's not a helicopter. There wasn't a sound. I don't know, guys. You know, it's just little things like that, and makes me wonder what's going on. I'm just starting to, for some reason, I'm starting to wonder what's really going on in our world. What's going on with people, what's going on with what else is out there, you know, why there's so much hatred in our world. And I worry about my grandkids. I worry so much about my grandkids. You have no idea. You know, when you hear about all these school shootings and things that always happen, it's so worrisome. And I worry about my teenage grandsons now, going, you know, taking off to go be with their friends, do what they want. They're at that age now. In fact, one of them, he's going to be 15 next month. And I think about that and I think, man, when I was that age, we ran around and we were all over the place day and night, never had to worry about a thing. We were everywhere. And that's not the case anymore now. Now it's a worrisome thing. And so I worry about my grandkids. It's like, what kind of a future do they have with the way the economy is going and with the way everything's going? Our politicians are a bunch of liars. I don't care what side you're on. I look at the politicians and I'm like, what? They're just a mess. They're all a mess. I don't care which side it is. They're a mess. And that worries me. What it's going to do to our country in the future. Right now, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. To me, there's no one worth anything out there right now. And I also think there should be age limits. I'm going to be 69 in April, guys. And I'm sorry, but I think there should be age limits on politicians. I think once they get too old, who knows if any kind of mental issue is beginning. And of course, once they're president, they're not going to, the government is not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, by the way, our president now has dementia, so we need to get rid of him. No, our government isn't quite that. No, get away. Go. I'm sorry, guys. Lily, no. Go on, over there. They're not going to tell us whether somebody is, not capable of being our president anymore. So I don't trust any of this situation. I just don't trust it. And I just think that once you reach a certain age, I think the cap for age should be 65 and that's it. I'm sorry, I believe 65 and that's it. No, you shouldn't be able to be president after that. That's just the way I believe. But there's all that stuff too, the politics, it's all going so crazy to where it feels like politicians aren't even caring about the people anymore. It's all just kind of a race to see who can do whatever to each other as politicians. So that bothers me too. You know what I mean, guys? It's like, who do we count on? Who do we believe in? I mean, really, who do we believe in? You can't believe the news anymore. I mean, I'm not even going to mention a certain one in particular, but one in particular, which is named after an animal in the forest. They're like insane. To me, they're just insane. But all of the news, you never know what they're reporting. Is it true? And not just because of the station itself, although that one in particular no. But the other news stations, it's like, is the information they're getting to report, is it true? Is what people is giving, is what information people are giving that news station, is that true? Videos, what have you, is any of it true? Because now we're in such a society of, look at me, look at me, look at me, pay attention to me, I will lie, I will do anything to get you to pay attention to me. And it's just, God guys, I don't know, today's one of those days. Not to sound like a downer, I'm not trying to be a downer, it's just thoughts in my mind. You know how you go through those days when you just have thoughts? You just got all these thoughts like, man, you know, this is bothering me, that's bothering me. And I look at the state of the world. I look at this whole alien thing going on. It's pretty heavy now. I look at the wars that are going on. I worry, is there going to be a World War III? Will my grandchildren be called into that world war? That worries me. You know, my grandson is going to be 15. If we have a world war and it lasts for years, he's of age to be drafted. He'll be of age. I worry about all this. I truly worry about all this. And it's just one of those days, you know, you have days when you kind of let everything slide off your back, and there are days when it just comes to you. And I just wanted to share that with you. It feels good to talk about it and to just kind of share, you know, what I've been feeling. This whole alien thing, just, it really has got me to thinking, what would we do? What would we really do? I think most people would go crazy and there'd be some kind of chaos beyond anything we know. And to me, that's scary. It's very, very scary. It's just one of those days, guys, where I just needed to chat about things that are bothering me, the worries I have. Not that they're consuming me. It's just, you know how you have those fleeting thoughts of, what if, or how about that, or oh, this bothers me. That kind of thing. That's what this day is today for me, and I thought I'd just share my lunch. Have a bite, guys. Here, I'll put some cheese on it for you. Anyway, just wanted to share my lunch with you and my brunch. And just talk about a few things that were on my mind. Just one of those days. I just want safety in this world. I want safety for my children and grandchildren. I love my grandchildren so much. And to see the world they're going into really bothers me. But, I don't know. It's just one of those days where I just wanted to sit and chat with you all, because I know you all have thoughts too about the world, the state of the world, our country, what's going on in life, how it's affecting us, will affect us, exorbitant prices of food going up to where people can barely buy food. I went to the store yesterday to buy a roast. I thought, I'm craving a roast. Forget it. That roast must have been about that big, about that thick, about that wide. $23.99. I was like, not happening. What did they do? Cut a regular roast in half and then cut that half in between, and there's this little bit piece of meat. So roast is off the menu for me for a while, unfortunately. I can't be paying $24 for a little slab of meat. Can't do it. So there's just a lot of things, guys. A lot of things that are worrisome, and just wanted to chat with you. So anyway, guys, hope you have a good Friday and weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. I don't know, maybe I'm going to make another video today or tomorrow, but I will. Have a good one, guys, and let's hope for the best for our future. That's all I can say. Take care. See you later. Oh, baby.